Welcome to Bounce e-learning platform. So today our course for today to study is storage devices. Storage devices. What do we think storage devices is? What do you know about storage devices? Aside that, we can also think of something like, can storage store information and how does it store information? And also we can also talk about, do storage devices have different features or they have the same features? And or we can also think of how does it work as a whole as storage devices. So if you want to know about storage devices, what do we have to do? Let's go to the course objectives. That is the definition of storage devices. We should talk about categories of storage devices, then some examples of storage devices. So at the end of this lesson, students are to know all these things about storage devices. So we will go through definition of storage devices, which is, he said that a storage device is a piece of hardware so that allow the user to store and retrieve information through digital format. So the information could be a document, it could be photo, it could be video, software, and the rest. So when we think of the definition of storage devices, we can also think of the categories of what storage devices, because they are not the same. So we have the random access memory, we have read-only memory, we have the hard disk drive, we have the cloud storage, we have the SD, that's solid state drive, and the flash drive. So they have different features in addition. So let's take random access memory first, which is a short-term memory where the data that the processor is currently using is stored. So it can also keep this information for a short period. When the power is cut out, it also cut out. So that's why we also call it volatile memory. So these are some images of random access memory, as we can see here. So this is how they looks like when you see them. And also read-only memory is a computer memory that stores data that can read but not written, and it is non-volatile because it retains its content when power is cut out. It can hold information, so it stores information permanently. So there are some images of ROM in different ways. So ROM is different from it. So we also have hard disk drive, which is HDD, which is non-volatile storage that uses magnetic to store data on a platter. So the platter is like a spinning disk in the hard disk drive. So there is some images for the hard disk drive, and we can see that there's something on it as a CD format, that's a platter that spin to make it work and also make decisions. So we also talk about solid state drive in the computer storage device that store data using flash memory and integrated circuit. So SD is different from hard disk because it has speed with the flash memory. So this is how it is. It is in advance than the hard disk drive. And also talk about cloud storage, which is a service that allows to store information or data on the internet rather than on device, which can be lost or corrupt anytime. So there you can retrieve it any moment you want to retrieve information from the internet. It keeps the information safe over the internet. So there is some images of how cloud store information, or how we store our information over cloud storage, which is internet. And at least the last one is the flash drive, and it is a small and portable storage device that includes flash memory with an integrated USB interface, so that allow users to store data on or transfer data. So flash drive are external devices that we use them to insert in our computer so that we can store information in the, or we can transfer information from them as a whole. So this is where we'll end our lesson for today, and I think we may continue next time. Thank you for watching, and you're welcome.